So the next type of reaction is nucleophilic addition reaction followed by elimination of water molecule. This is also called as replacement of oxygen of the carbonyl group. Replacement of oxygen atom of carbonyl group. In this type of reaction, the oxygen atom of the carbonyl group is replaced by some other atoms. This is called as nucleophilic addition reaction followed by the elimination of water molecule. Means in this type of reaction, first the addition of nucleophile takes place. Once the nucleophile is added, then there is a elimination of what? Water molecule here. Now in this one, ammonia, usually weak nucleophiles like ammonia and its derivatives, they will react with aldehydes and ketones to form what? That is a nucleophilic addition reaction takes place, which is followed by the elimination of water molecule. Ammonia and its derivatives, reacts with aldehydes and ketones in weakly acidic medium, to form compounds containing carbon nitrogen double bond with loss of water molecule, In this type of reaction, what happens? Ammonia and its derivatives, they will react with what? Aldehydes and ketones in weakly acidic medium. First thing you keep in mind, always these ammonia and its derivatives are being a weak nucleophile. Here the reaction is carried out in the weak acidic medium, which protonates the carbonyl oxygen here. Thereby the positive charge density on the carbonyl carbon is increased. Then these weak nucleophile can attack the carbonyl carbon. Here these weak nucleophiles, they will attack the protonated carbonyl carbon. Okay, so what happens here? One thing you keep in mind, ammonia and its derivatives being weak nucleophiles, reaction is carried out in a weak acidic medium. The pH of the acidic medium is around 3 to 3.5 you have to maintain. Weak acidic medium which protonates carbonyl oxygen and speeds up nucleophilic addition reaction. Here one point you have to remember, the acidic medium must be very weak. Its pH must be around 3 to 3.5. If you use a very strong acidic medium, this ammonia is being Lewis base, it will react with acid to form the salt. Once it forms the salt with acid, the lone pair of electrons on the nitrogen, they are not available. Then these ammonia, they will not react with aldehyde and ketone. So that always a weak acidic medium is used here. If strong acidic medium is present ammonia forms salt with acid and it will not react with aldehydes or ketones. So, in case of this reaction, ammonia reacts with aldehyde and ketone because the lone pair of electrons on the nitrogen, in case of ammonia, they will act as a nucleophile to react with aldehyde and ketone. If the lone pair of electrons on the nitrogen are utilized for some other purpose, they are not available for the reaction with aldehyde and ketone. That's why they will not react with aldehyde and ketone if they are utilized here. We will see that one. So, whenever weak nucleophiles are present, we know that reaction must be carried out in a acidic medium, so that carbonyl oxygen must get protonated. We will take the weak acidic medium first. Here, two lone pair of electrons on the oxygen. In presence of acidic medium, these lone pair of electrons are given towards the proton, so that it captures this proton. Then what happens here? This carbon as it is, this is a double bond, oxygen, one lone pair of electron as it is. This lone pair of electron is given means this oxygen gets positive charge, so that here hydrogen is connected. This oxygen being more electronegative, the positive charge on this oxygen is not stable, so that it tries to attract more electron density towards itself, so that here what happens, these 5 electrons are taken up by what? Oxygen, so that it can be written as, equivalently it can be written as, here these 5 electrons can be transferred to this one, so that carbon, oxygen single bond, 2 lone pair of electrons, and this is hydrogen, and this will be what? Carbon with positive charge. See here carbon, it is having partial positive charge. In the weakly acidic medium, what happens? The positive charge density on the carbon is increased. Now weak nucleophile attacks what? Protonated carbonyl group. Protonated carbonyl group can be written like this also. So what happens here? If I take a protonated carbonyl group like this will be your OH. Now a weak nucleophile like ammonia, if I take ammonia, the lone pair of electrons on the ammonia, that will attack what? Protonated carbonyl carbon. Now what happens here? There is a formation of intermediate complex that is being unstable. Once this ammonia is added, there is elimination of water molecule to form what? Carbon nitrogen double bond compound here. So this is carbon and this OH is as it is. Now this nitrogen, hydrogen, so this also hydrogen and this also hydrogen here. Whenever nitrogen forms a fourth bond, it gets positive charge. As it gets positive charge, it's being electronegative, it wants more electron density, so that readily it will take up a bond pair of one hydrogen. So it can be written as carbon nitrogen, this is OH as it is. Now this is a nitrogen and this is hydrogen and this will be another hydrogen, so that this nitrogen gets lone pair of electron as it is. Again there is elimination of what? Water molecule. Again this also what? Unstable. So here this bond pair of hydrogen is taken up by what? Nitrogen again, so that there is a formation of CN double bond. When this bond pair is taken by this one, this OH minus is eliminated, this H plus and OH minus, there is elimination of water molecule. When there is a elimination of water molecule, what happens here? There is a formation of, this is carbon, carbon forms what? Double bond with the nitrogen and this is hydrogen. So that whenever nucleophile is added to the carbonyl carbon, that is a weak nucleophile in presence of acidic medium, then there is elimination of water molecule. First nucleophile is added, then there is elimination of water molecule to form the stable compound, that is carbon nitrogen double bond, and this compound is called as imine. We call it as, this is what? Imine. Suppose instead of hydrogen some other substituent is there, means that is called as what? Derivated imine it is. Okay, derived imine we call it as. So this is what the addition of weak nucleophile to the protonated carbonyl group. In total, what we have done here, simply this is your carbon oxygen double bond, and with this one we have reacted ammonia like this. Okay, so this water molecule is eliminated, simply 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen molecule is eliminated, so that this carbon forms a double bond with what? Nitrogen. We'll write this hydrogen this side. Okay, so what happens here? There is a formation of C double bond NH. So in short, if you want to write the reaction, just you remove the oxygen of the carbonyl group and 2 hydrogen from the nitrogen atom, so that there is a formation of double bond between carbon and nitrogen here. Simply you can write this also same product. Okay, this is what the mechanism is. One thing you keep in mind, you have to remove the 2 hydrogen atoms from the nitrogen, which is going to attack the carbonyl carbon, then only the return product will be correct here. Okay, we will see what are the derivatives of ammonia now. Now we will say ammonia and its derivatives. You know that ammonia and its derivatives, they will react with aldehyde and ketone to form carbon nitrogen double bond compounds, and here this is your ammonia. Derivatives of ammonia are prepared by what? Ammonia, just by replacing an hydrogen atom from the ammonia. If an hydrogen atom is replaced by alkyl group, that is called as what? Alkylamine. This is your amine, alkylamine. If an hydrogen atom of ammonia is replaced by another OH group, suppose if I take NH2 and this is hydrogen ammonia, instead of this hydrogen if I write OH here, this become as what? Hydroxylamine, called as what? Hydroxylamine. NH2OH is hydroxylamine. Now if I write NH2, instead of an hydrogen, if I write another NH2 group is attached to this one, this is called as NH2 and NH2, this is called as hydrazine. Hydrazine here. Now in this hydrazine NH2 NH, instead of this hydrogen if I attach one phenyl group here, this is called as what? Phenyl hydrazine. I'll write here only, this is phenyl hydrazine. Now if I take this phenyl hydrazine, again I will write 2 NO2 group here. Here I will attach one NO2 group, and here also I will attach what? One NO2 group. This is the second position. Fourth position, 2,4-dinitro, 2,4-dinitro phenyl hydrazine, 2,4-dinitro phenyl hydrazine. Next one, suppose if I take NH2 NH, instead of this hydrogen if I attach one amide group, that is CONH2, this is called as semi-carbazide. This is called as what? Semi-carbazide. So this is this ammonia and its derivatives, all these compounds, they will react with what? Aldehyde and ketone to form the compound containing carbon nitrogen double bond. We will see the reaction of each of these derivatives now. So first example we will see, suppose if I take an aldehyde like this aldehyde on treating with ammonia, water molecule is eliminated here, so that it will form carbon nitrogen double bond. This is your RCH double bond NH. This compound is called as imine. There is elimination of what? Water molecule. Next if I take aldehyde, this aldehyde on treating with alkylamine, that is a primary amine you take, again there is elimination of what? water molecule. Simply you have to remove water molecule, oxygen of the carbonyl group is removed, and here 2 hydrogens are removed, and this carbon and nitrogen are connected by a double bond with elimination of water molecule. Very simple trick is there. So what you have to write here, R CH become as a double bond NR. See here, this and this almost same. Instead of hydrogen, here alkyl group is there. So this is imine and this is alkyl imine. Substituted imine is formed here, alkyl imine. Next, aldehyde reacts with hydroxylamine. You will take hydroxylamine is nothing but NH2OH. So this will be what? Again you remove water molecule here. So it will form what here? RCH double bond NOH. What is the name of this product? This hydroxylamine reacts with aldehyde and ketone to form what? Oxime. This is called as oxime. This is alkyl imine. This is, you will take it as ammonia. This will be your amine, alkyl amine. So next reaction. So the next example is take aldehyde. Aldehyde reacts with hydrazine. You know that hydrazine is nothing but NH2. This is your hydrazine. So here oxygen and 2 hydrogens are removed. This will be oxygen. So there is a formation of what? Again carbon nitrogen double bond with elimination of water molecule. What you will get here? R CH double bond NH2. Hydrazine reacts with aldehyde and ketone. It forms hydrazone. The product is called as hydrazone. Next, aldehyde, it reacts with the phenyl hydrazine. This is your NH2, NH. Here one phenyl group is present. This is your phenyl hydrazine. Reacts with aldehyde and ketone, so that there is elimination of water molecule again, like this. Again you connect carbon and nitrogen with a double bond. R CH double bond nitrogen NH. This is a phenyl group. So this is phenyl hydrazine gives phenyl hydrazone. Next one, aldehyde. This reacts with 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine, NH2, NH. Here you will get phenyl group with 2 NO2 groups here. Second position and fourth position you are having NO2 group. This is 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. It is also called as 2,4-DNPH, 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine with elimination of water molecule. Simply you have to remove the water molecule, then you connect these two with a double bond. So this will be RCH double bond NH. This phenyl group as it is NO2 and NO2. This is 2,4-diphenyl. This is 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone. This is the dinitrophenylhydrazine. This is hydrazone. 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone. So these are the different products whenever a derivative of ammonia reacts with what? Aldehyde and ketones. Next one. Next reaction is this aldehyde reacts with semi-carbazide. Semi-carbazide is nothing but this is NH2, NH, CONH2. This is semi-carbazide. This on treating with aldehyde, again there is elimination of water molecule. These two are connected with a double bond, so eliminate a water molecule, you will get semi-carbazone. Semi-carbazide gives semi-carbazone. R, CH double bond, N, this is NH, CO, NH2. This is called as semi-carbazone. So these are the reactions of derivative of ammonia with aldehyde. Next one. Now we will discuss reduction of aldehydes and ketones. Reduction of aldehydes and ketones. What is reduction? Reduction is nothing but addition of hydrogen or the removal of oxygen here. Here these aldehydes and ketone, they will undergo addition of hydrogen type of the reduction here. First one, reduction to the alcohol. Reduction to alcohol. These aldehydes and ketones, they are reduced to the alcohol. Aldehydes and ketones are reduced to primary and secondary alcohols respectively by using reducing agents like sodium borohydride NaBH4 or lithium aluminium hydride LiAlH4 or by the catalytic hydrogenation. This catalytic hydrogenation is nothing but addition of hydrogen takes place in presence of catalyst like platinum or palladium or nickel. This is called as catalytic hydrogenation. These aldehydes are reduced to the primary alcohol and ketones are reduced to the secondary alcohol respectively by using this reducing agent like sodium borohydride, lithium aluminum hydride or by the catalytic hydrogenation. So here always aldehydes, if I take aldehyde, this aldehyde is reduced to the primary alcohol. This is your aldehyde. It is reduced to the primary alcohol by using lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride or by what? Catalytic hydrogenation. Just what you have to do is between the carbon oxygen double bond, just you have to break one pi bond. You add one hydrogen here and one hydrogen here. So this becomes as RCH2OH. So they are reduced to the primary alcohol RCH2OH. This will be your primary alcohol. So whenever aldehydes are reduced with lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride, aldehydes upon reduction gives what? Primary alcohol. Suppose if I take ketone here, R C double bond O and this is again R here. This on treating with reducing agent like lithium aluminum hydride or sodium borohydride or you can use this catalytic hydrogenation also. They will give what? Secondary alcohol. what you have to do here, just you break only 5 bond, only 5 bond is broken, you add one hydrogen to carbon and one hydrogen to this oxygen, this become as what, RCHOH, again R it is, you will get a secondary alcohol RCH, this will be OH and this will be again alkyl group. So OH is present on the secondary carbon atom here, it will get what, you will get alcohol here. So aldehydes upon reduction gives what, primary alcohol, ketones upon reduction gives what, secondary alcohol. We will write the examples now. So now if I take an example of acetaldehyde, this on treating with sodium borohydride, this is a reducing agent, or you can take catalytic hydrogenation in presence of platinum, palladium or nickel, anything you can take here. What happens, just hydrogen is added across the double bond of carbon and oxygen, you add one hydrogen here, one hydrogen here, this becomes as CH3 CH2 OH, CH3 CH2 OH. So what is this, ethanol, ethanol upon reduction gives ethanol. Similarly, if I take propanone, CH3, C double bond O, this is your CH3. Here, if it is treated with lithium aluminum hydride, so or else you can take hydrogenation in presence of palladium, platinum or nickel also. Just you have to break this 5 bond, add hydrogen here, CH3 CHOH, CH3 it is. So what you will get here, CH3 CH, this will be OH and this is what, CH3. This OH is attached to what, secondary carbon atom, so it is a secondary alcohol. So ketone upon reduction gives a secondary alcohol, aldehydes upon reduction gives what, primary alcohol, because this OH is attached to what, primary carbon atom, because this carbon is connected to only one carbon here, this is connected to the 2 carbon. So this will be your propanone, propanone upon reduction gives what, propane 2-ol, secondary alcohol is obtained here. Next one. So the next one is reduction to the alkanes. Here both aldehydes and ketones are directly reduced to the alkanes by using some special reagents here. The first one is Clemmensen reduction. Clemmensen reduction. In this one, the reagent used is zinc amalgam, it is zinc in mercury in presence of concentrated HCl. This is called as Clemmensen reagent it is. Both aldehydes and ketones on treating with zinc amalgam in presence of concentrated HCl, they will produce what? Alkanes here. Aldehydes and ketones on treating with zinc amalgam in presence of concentrated HCl produces alkanes. Both aldehydes and the ketones, they are reduced to what? Alkanes, just by treating with zinc amalgam in presence of concentrated HCl. Already we know that any metal with the proton containing acid is what? Reducing agent. Zinc in presence of HCl it is. So that here what happens? This zinc, it will react with the HCl to form ZnCl2, 2 times of HCl. It will form what here? ZnCl2 plus H2 is obtained here. So that this is nothing but reducing agent. Here hydrogen is obtained indirectly here. So always you keep in mind, in this type of reaction only the carbonyl group C double bond O, only this carbonyl group C double bond O is converted into CH2 group. Oxygen is removed, just two hydrogens are added here. Okay, the important point is here double bonds are not affected, double bonds are not affected. If any double bonds are present, without affecting those double bonds, this carbonyl group is converted to what? CH2 group here. So that this will be your CH2 group. Okay, example, if I take aldehyde, this on treating with zinc amalgam in presence of concentrated HCl, this is being a reducing agent. It adds what? 4 nascent hydrogens. It gives 4 hydrogens. You have to write like this. Out of 4 hydrogens, 2 hydrogen combine with this oxygen to form water molecule, and remaining 2 hydrogen they will be attached to this carbon. So that simply what you have to do is, this C double bond O is converted to what? CH2 group here. You can write this become as CH3 and CH3 plus water molecule. Suppose if I take ketone, CH3, C double bond O, CH3, this on treating with zinc amalgam in presence of concentrated HCl. So what happens here? It adds up 4 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen combine with this oxygen, remaining 2 hydrogen will be connected to this carbon here. Just you remove this carbonyl oxygen here. What you will get? CH3, this carbonyl group is converted to what? CH2, CH3 plus what you will get? Water molecule. This oxygen combined with 2 hydrogen. So that these aldehydes and ketones on treating with zinc amalgam in presence of concentrated HCl, directly they are reduced to what? Corresponding alkanes. 2 carbon alkane. 3 carbon atoms, this is converted to what? 3 carbon alkane. Very important point you have to remember is, just this carbonyl group C double bond O is converted to CH2 here without affecting double bond. We'll write that example also. Suppose if I take an example of this is a CH3, CH double bond, CH, and here you will get C double bond O, and this will be H here. This type of aldehyde which contains double bond. This on treating with zinc amalgam in presence of concentrated HCl, what you have to add here? 4 times of hydrogen. Only this carbonyl group is converted to CH2 without affecting this double bond. You should not add hydrogen to this double bond. So what happens here? This is just converted to what? CH2. So rest everything is same. CH3, CH double bond CH. Now this become as a CH2, and this is connected to another hydrogen, that will be converted to CH3 here. Same 4 carbon atom. Here double bond is there. This double bond is not affected. It is as it is. Just this CH2 group, C double bond O is converted to what? CH2 without affecting double bond. This is very, very important here. Next one. So in this one, reduction to the alkane, another named reaction is there, that is Wolff-Kishner reduction. Wolff-Kishner reduction. In this case also, aldehydes and ketones both are directly converted to what? Alkanes here. Aldehydes and ketones reacts with hydrazine followed by heating with KOH or NaOH in high boiling solvent like ethylene glycol produces corresponding alkanes. So in this case of Wolff-Kishner reduction, the reagent used is hydrazine. Already we know this, NH2 is called as what? Hydrazine in presence of NaOH. So this is called as Wolff-Kishner reagent. Aldehydes and ketones on treating with hydrazine in presence of NaOH, directly they are converted into what? Alkanes here. Example, here also same thing you have to follow. Double bonds are not affected, only carbonyl group is converted to what? CH2 here. First example we will write, that is CH3, C double bond O H. This aldehyde on treating with hydrazine NH2. Already we know that reaction of this hydrazine with aldehydes and ketone, they will form what? Hydrazone. So just you remove this water molecule, what you will get? First it will form a hydrazone. This is CH3, CH double bond NH2. This on heating with the base in a high boiling solvent. What happens here? This N2 gas is eliminated. These two hydrogens are connected to this carbon directly. So what you will get here? CH3 plus N2 gas is eliminated. So in this way, these aldehydes and ketones on treating with hydrazine followed by heating with base like KOH or NaOH, they will produce what? Alkanes here. Here also double bonds are not affected. We will write the remaining examples. So the next example is, if I take a ketone here, this is CH3, this on treating with hydrazine, that is NH2. So what it will form with the loss of water molecule? First it will form a hydrazone. So like this, you will get CH3. So here this carbon atom is forming a double bond with nitrogen, and remaining NH2 is as it is here. So this is your hydrazone. This on heating with the base at high temperature, N2 molecule is eliminated, and these two hydrogens are directly connected to what? This carbon atom. Then it becomes as CH3, CH2, CH3. So the main product obtained is what? CH3, CH2, CH3. So this ketone, it will be converted to what? Directly alkane here. 3 carbon atoms, again 3 carbon atom, alkane is produced. So that corresponding alkanes are produced here with elimination of what? That N2 molecule. Here also these double bonds are not affected. And one more thing you keep in mind, simply this carbonyl group, in this case also this carbonyl group is converted into CH2 group. Okay, double bonds are not affected. For example, if I write CH3, CH double bond, this is CH2, this is C double bond O, and I will write CH3 here. This on treating with hydrazine. Again, what happens here? Hydrazone will be formed. So just you remove this water molecule like this, and this carbon is connected to the nitrogen with a double bond to form hydrazone, and this double bond is not at all affected. Just the carbonyl group, this C double bond O is converted to what? CH2 group here. So this is your CH3, CH double bond CH, next another CH2, and here this carbon, it is connected to one CH3 and it is connected to the nitrogen with a double bond, and another NH2 is there here. Like this you will get a compound. This double bond is not at all affected. Now this on heating with the base in a high boiling solvent, what happens here? These two hydrogens are directly connected to carbon and this nitrogen gas is eliminated. So the obtained product will be what here? CH3, CH double bond CH, CH2, and this carbon atom directly become as what? CH2, then CH3, so that N2 gas is eliminated. How many carbon atom here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here also 6 carbon atom. So that corresponding alkane is produced without affecting the double bond. These double bonds are not at all affected in case of Wolff-Kishner reduction as well as in case of what? Clemmensen reduction here. This is what reduction of aldehydes and ketones to the alkanes.